Hi everyone, I wanted to come back and make a video because I think it's very, very important that I bring awareness to this, right? So I recently made a video regarding, outing my experience at Liberty University, as well as a teacher who messaged me in week, let's see, so 3, 4, 5. It was around, I think, week 5. It was either week, or actually, I'm sorry, maybe it was either week 4 or 5, right? He sends me a picture of one of his former students who's an African American female who's an athlete, right? And mind you, I never had a conversation with this teacher about my background in track. And even when you look on my Wikipedia page, there's no images of me. In fact, when you Google Ashley Marshall, right? And there's so many Ashley Marshalls, right? I know on my end, my name pops up, and I showed you guys videos, and depending if you know how to spell my middle name, my Wikipedia, like I said, pops up. But anyway, I even showed you like one of the second links. It had took us to, again, this website, and I'm going to show you guys this website, right? Which is at a university, right? This is one of this university's website where individuals utilize and write papers and stuff in their education. And look who they're saying the author. They're saying that I'm the author. And even when you click on these things, mind you, they're saying that I've published many of these, topics, which is so interesting because I've actually made videos my type of videos that I make, even though I've never studied satire, politics in the English past, I've talked about these different topics, right? And again, I have a podcast called Tinfoil Central, which I do talk about, it's a place where I invite people with open minds, right? So that we can connect, because I believe at the end of the day, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. That's why, when we take the spirit out of things, we can't fully, tap into our full potential, right? They talk about levels of consciousness. I mean, even going back to that, the hierarchy triangle, right? Of needs. What do you remember? Which is at the highest, it's self-actualization, right? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I challenge you guys, please just stop watching videos to go and actually do the research for yourself. But anyway, on a university's website, in their catalog, I am the author, right? And like I said, people go in and they use their school's catalog, which also house like peer review journals in which these researchers are using. Because when you're writing a research paper or you're doing research, you're also building on top of the information that's also out there, right? So it's a constant, almost like a regurgitation of information. Then you're like, in a sense, you can be testing that. Well, the issue with this, if you're having your students access information and they're reading this, and now mind you, I know in my assignments at my university, I have to also talk about the authors and their background, what makes them credible. Now, if a student is looking at utilizing this resource, right? And now look, so this is another one of the books, right? All of a sudden, because mind you, I've Googled myself before. I've always known I've had a Wikipedia. I didn't write it because, like I said, the information on my Wikipedia is not all accurate, right? And I'm not going to change it. I don't care, right? But anyway, they have, for whatever reason, like I said, the second click on when you Google my name was to this university, and on the top of it, when they click on it, Ashley Marshall, nonprofit executive, you click on it. So this one doesn't have a link to anything, but let's go back. When you click on, let's say this one, right? At the top of it, it has my background. So now people are now writing these books, or sorry, they're writing You know, they're able to utilize these resources because it's in their school, you know, library. And they're writing these papers and they're having information, they're regurgitating this information, and it's completely false. And you, as an individual who may have not gone to school or whatever, you're believing that they're maybe, you know, the expert or the master or whatever, but it's false information. You get what I'm saying? And this is a perfect example of you can't always trust what it is that you're reading on the internet, right? You have to test the spirit. Test the spirit. What do I mean by that? Well, let's look at, again, the facts. You guys saw what his reply was back to me when in my first email. Hey, good morning, Professor, da 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 da. I noticed da 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 da. And at the end, I attached, not only did I attach my initial response, which I received full credit for, I attached my reply as well. Okay, so, and then as you can see in the investigation, they're telling me that I needed to have submitted, I could have sent it to him via the Canvas portal. And to all my Liberty University students, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And my online students who also utilize Canvas, they know exactly what I'm talking about. You can't respond in a discussion chat room by clicking on your initial response. You have to respond to your classmate by clicking on your classmate's post. Come on, people. Come on. Like, and it's irritating because it's like you're trying to, like, you are in a sense, you're insulting my intelligence, you know? And my intelligence isn't insulted because I see you for who you are. And like I said, you picked the wrong one because I'm going to record everything and document it. And see, this proves, okay, what is our educational system then? Because shame on this Middle Tennessee State University. Their students are over here writing their papers. Oh, and Ashley Jasmine Marshall, the Barbadian sprinter who has specialized in the practice of satire. Let me go research her more. And then they go look up my stuff on the internet. And now they've connected my stuff on the internet, my gift, my God-given ability, right, to me having a connection to, you know, like, for example, England satire. Like, if you look at my style, you guys, I was reading the book Dante Alighieri, La Vita Nova, right? I was reading that book, right? But also beyond that, it's how my heart feels in that moment. Whatever word that needs to be expressed, I allow it to come forth. You know, I don't have to guard myself because I am myself and I know what lies dormant within me, which is the essence of who I am, which is spirit. So again, going back to these things. So now let's continue on political journalism, right? In London, Swift History, Politics, and English Past, right? Ideas, Aesthetics, Inquiries, the Early Modern Era, 1950s to 1650s to 1850s. And like I said, I didn't write any of these things, and yet somehow I'm connected to these things, like my name specifically, even though I feel like Dr. Ashley, the person who wrote these, how is it that her information is not on this, you know, scholarly academic website? You get what I'm saying? And she has published, or she's supposed to be a person that's, you know, like, we need to do better because this is not acceptable. You get what I'm saying? And so I don't know what's going on here. You see what I'm saying? Your kids over here paying all this money and writing papers with fluff and hoopla. And I'm out.